Hello, welcome to Fancy Crafts. Okay, I got this great big huge mold and I am going to start off with these eyes. I have them marked on the back, both of them, on how I want to put them. So I have the UV resin, and this is the kind that I'm using. And I'm knocking things over. Alright. Let's go ahead and get started. I have the eyes marked out on these. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first eye. And get it positioned in there just the way I want it. Okay. And then I'm going to use this little tool here to put it the way it needs to be. And then I am going to use my little lamp, and I'm going to just set it, or move the turtle over to it. Okay. So I have them positioned, and now I'm going to do the next eye. And got a bubble down in there, so I want to get that out of there. Oh, come on, slide down in there. And then I'll just move the turtle over to it again. Hopefully I got them positioned in there good enough. All right. I'm really hoping I have his eyes in there the way they need to be. All right, we're just gonna go with it, and then I'm gonna set the lamp right over top of it, give it a minute to cure it all. Okay, and then I am gonna flip it over and do the other side. Okay, so I think we're good with that. I feel like I'm just not happy at the way this one is looking. So let me go ahead and fix it while I'm able to. I just do not like the way it's positioned. So let me redo it. So I did pull it out, and I have it here. Very easy to do and take out. Okay, so I just was not pleased with it. All right, so let me go ahead and bring my light back over. Oh yeah, I think that's a little bit better. I'm thinking it is better. I'll give it a little bit of time there. Okay. All right, I'm pleased with that, so I'm just gonna let it be. I had a couple little hairs in there, and I wanted to make sure I got those. And I think I got it all. So this is my plans. I am gonna take flowers from both of these little dishes that I have here, and I will be putting them down in the turtle. But first off, I took 112 grams of A and 102 grams of B, and I put it in the degasser. I'm just gonna slowly dump down in the turtle's back because I don't want to have very many bubbles. Okay. And I'm gonna scrape as much of this out as I can. And then I did just the clear, and this is going to be my base coat. Go ahead and wipe my stick off. And we are just going to let it sit. There's something down in there. It is clear down in. I think I got it. And like I said, we're going to let this set up. And then I will come in with the flowers and another clear coat of this. And then, yeah, so we'll go from there. And I will be back to do the next step. Okay, welcome back. Okay, here we go. So I did 125 grams of A, 115 of B. And I'm just going to gently pour it in. And I did put it in the degasser. And like I said, I am doing step by step with this, just so that it cures up, and because it is a very deep mold. Okay, so I think that's about all I'm gonna get out of that. Clean my stick off real quick. Okay, now this is going to be my next step. Okay. I'm just going to slowly put some flowers down in. Make sure I got them going the right way. And I will try pushing them down in the resin a little bit. That is my goal plan for this step. I'll put a little orange one right over here. Some yellow ones. Try getting these in here as good as I can. And just play around with them a little bit. Put some blue ones back in there. And some yellow. Even if some of the stuff is sticking up a little, I'm not going to worry too much about it, because I'm going to come back in with some other clear. So it's really not going to make a difference. Okay. Clean up as I go. I'll put this little green one over in this area. And some more of the green right here. And I'm going to turn this just so I can see a little bit. I'll put a little orange back there, trying to cover it as much as possible. And a little more yellow back in the back there. And a little more purple to cover up that little spot. A little bit of yellow to cover up those two little spots. A little more orange. Just to sit down in the side there. And a little bit of baby breath down in the top. So if it peeks through, it'll be just fine. Trying to get some of the flowers down in the resin so they stick down in there. Okay, I think that's going to be just about it. Put this little purple one down in that little corner. And this little purple one over in this little corner. Give it a little bit more color. And a little bit of purple showing on that side. And I think that is just about it. We will let the rest of it go. I will go ahead and clean up all my flowers. And then I'll let the setup come back in with some more clear. Whoops, we have a little, nope, oh, I thought it was a little flower and it was his eye blending in because I don't want no flowers up in his head. I just want what I have up and in there. And I think that is just about it. I think I got all the coverage I want, and I will be back for the next step. See you in a bit. Okay, I am back to do the next step. I did 125 grams of A, 115 grams of B. And I'm just going to slowly dump it in. I did throw it in the degasser to get rid of bubbles. Alright, so this is the next step. I'm just doing over top of the flowers so that they are good and sealed up. And I'll just go ahead and put the rest of this down in here. Okay, so there is that. I'll go ahead and clean my stick off. While I'm letting that settle some. Okay, now I'm just going to take my little torch and be careful with the sides and just make sure that I got it all. Okay, make sure that there's no bubbles. Okay, so I will come back with the next step on this and we'll go from there. Bye. Okay, I'm back. So I have mixed 200 grams of A and 185 grams of B. Okay, I went ahead and added more to this, and there's some little bubbles right here and a couple little here that I did pop, but I'm hoping that we won't be able to see that once I pour this next step. But I did add some more to it, so it was a little fuller. But I am going to go ahead and get started. I am using grain alcohol ink, so that is what it is. And I'm going to put a decent squirt in there. And then I am using Azure Blue by Let's Resin. So, and I'm going to put a few drops of it in. I've already mixed the resin pretty good. I did that ahead of time just so that it was mixed some. So let me go ahead and get this going. Alright, I'm going to do some more blue, a pretty good squirt of it. Because I want to make sure that this is good and mixed. As you can see where it's still got some mixing to do. Okay, I'm going to give it another good squirt of the blue. And some more green. And it's getting there. I'm hoping this will be enough to fill this. I'm going to do just a little bit more of the blue and a little bit more of the green. Okay, it's getting there. Just a little bit more, and I'm quite happy with that color. And I've got something down in there. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm just going to dump it right in. And yep, I'm going to have to make more. I'm pushing on his head a little bit to make sure the bubbles come out. And I will do the same with his tail here in a minute. This turtle does take an awful lot of resin. Okay, so I got as much as it's gonna get coming out of that. Clean my stick off, and then I will work on his tail. Alright, the tail's got a bubble in it, so I'm just gonna work that bubble right out. Because I definitely do not want an air bubble in there. I'm gently coming around and getting some of the air bubbles out, but not getting too close with it. But I need to put more in here, and I am gonna go ahead and do that, but I'm just gonna do that, and then I'll come back once it has set up and demold it. But there you have the general idea of what the step-by-step is with it. And like I said, I will go ahead and mix up more, and I will just pour it in, and I will go ahead and that tail is kind of tricky there, because I feel like there is more bubbles. Hoping that I got it all and massaged it quite well. It looks like it is better, but I will be back. I will go ahead and do a little more to get it up to level, and then I will be back to demold it so you guys can see the end results. I'll catch you in a while. Okay, good morning. I've just been up for a few minutes, so anyways, bear with me. This is set up. I am going to go ahead and start pulling it out of the mold. I'm going to try doing it in front of you guys. It is set up pretty good. So, let me go ahead and pull his little tail out. Okay, he's coming out of the mold pretty easy. So let's just get his head off. Okay, so I popped him back over. And we're going to see how well this turned out. So here we go. Oh, look at his little tail. Turned out just perfect. And the bottom of his head, he's got one little spot right here. And since I have him turned over before I flip him, I'll show you how to fix that. I'm going to take the UV resin and I'm just going to put a little bit down in there and take my finger and just kind of wipe that. So he did have a little spot there, a little bubble. Not a big deal. I'll just fix it before we flip it. I tried matching his coloring up as best as I could, but I ran out of color. But that's perfectly fine. It's got some greens in there. I'm not worried about it. So here we go. Oh my gosh. Got a little bit of blue on this fin over here. Got the bluish in his head. But look how gorgeous he turned out. I am very pleased with him. I think he turned out quite well. Okay, and here's what his eyes look like. Right in there. I'm pleased with his eyes. Whoops, let me bring them up so you guys can see them a little better. I mean, this one could have been brought down just a little bit more, but overall, I'm still happy with him. And his little tail turned out perfect in this part. So yeah, there you guys have it. I mean, this eye here could have been centered over this way a little more, but I still am happy with it. So, very happy. But there you guys go. And there is my big turtle. Another one done. All right, guys, you have a good day, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.